Let's be honest. Have you ever tried to remove a video background and ended up looking like a glitchy, shimmering ghost? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So in this explainer, we're going to dive deep and actually master AI green screen, moving way beyond those default settings to get you clean, professional-looking results every single time. I mean, how perfect is this quote? It is just so relatable. We have all been the haunted candle at some point. The whole goal here is to make sure that never ever happens to you again. So to really get this right, we have to go beyond just clicking that remove background button. We need to actually understand what the heck is going on under the hood with this technology. Okay, this slide really gets to the core of it. A traditional green screen, right? That's all about color. It's literally looking for a specific shade of green and just deletes it. But AI, it's playing a totally different game. It's not looking for a color, it's looking for a person. And this process has a name. It's called segmentation. So what the AI is doing is basically drawing this incredibly detailed pixel-perfect mask around you. It's making thousands of tiny decisions every second, classifying every single little pixel as either you or not you. Now, when it gets it right, it feels like magic. But when it gets it wrong, well, that's when you get that weird shimmering portal effect on your shoulders. And you see this tech absolutely everywhere, from that one-click removal in your favorite photo app to the live backgrounds on all our video calls, and even in super professional AI rotoscoping for commercials. It's an incredibly powerful tool, but the biggest risk is always the quality. Okay, next up, we're covering what is probably the single most important tip in this whole explainer. It's going to save you hours of frustration. Before you even think about recording your main content, you have got to do this simple sanity check. And it's so simple. Just record a quick 10-second test. Talk a little, wave your hands around, turn your head. Then run it through the AI cutout and zoom way in, like 200%. If you're seeing problems here on your hair, your hands, your shoulders, you are absolutely going to see them in the final video. Think of this as your early warning system. All right, now we're getting to the core of it. I'm going to walk you through a reliable step-by-step process for getting results that look genuinely professional, not like you just pasted a sticker onto a background. First things first, you have to pick the right tool for the job. And as you can see, the best tool really depends on your goal. Are you just making a quick clip for social media? A browser-based tool is probably totally fine. But a professional ad? Yeah, you're going to want the fine-tuned control of a proper desktop editor. Now, the workflow actually starts before you even click a single button. See, better footage, we're talking good lighting, clear separation from your background, that gives the AI a much better chance to succeed. Then, after you apply the effect, you get to step 4. And this is where the magic really happens. Refining the mask, playing with things like the softness of the edge or the feather, that is what separates an amateur cutout from a professional one. And here is a critical step that so many people just skip. Don't just drop in a new background and call it a day. You have to match it. Match its brightness, its color temperature. Then you add subtle grounding elements like a soft shadow or a tiny bit of blur. These are the little details that trick our brains into believing the whole scene is real. Okay, let's get into the pro tips. These are the secrets that make the final result look truly believable and not just, pasted on. Seriously, your filming setup is half the battle. Light your face evenly. Add a little light behind you, a separation light to pop you off the background. And please avoid busy backgrounds or wearing a shirt that's almost the same color as the wall. You're trying to give the AI a clear map, not a confusing puzzle. So what do you do when you see it? That classic, super annoying shimmer along your shoulders or your hair. Okay, here are your quick fixes. Most tools will have a smoothing or temporal stability setting. Find it and turn it on. Sometimes the problem is actually that your camera's own sharpening is turned up way too high, creating these crunchy edges that just confuse the AI. So try turning that down a bit. All right, let's talk about the final boss of AI green screen, hair. How do you stop the AI from basically giving you a helmet haircut? You're going to want to look for controls that say something like fine detail or hair detail. Crank those up. Now, this might seem a little counterintuitive, but sometimes reducing the softness on the edge and then slightly expanding the whole mask can actually bring back those delicate little strands of hair. This slide really captures that final artistic step. You have to start thinking like a compositor. If your video footage has a little bit of grain, add a tiny bit to the background so they match. Match the warm or cool tones. And always add a soft, subtle shadow to ground yourself in that new environment. Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground. What are the most important things to remember? Let's just quickly boil it all down to the absolute essentials. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Good lighting makes everything easier. The real work is in refining the mask, not just clicking the button. Always match your background's color and light to your subject, add those shadows. And if you're trying to do this live, a simple, bright setup is going to be your best friend. I think this is just the perfect way to think about this technology. It's an incredible assistant, for sure, but it is not fully autonomous. It does all the heavy lifting for you, but it's your skill and your attention that guide it to a perfect result. So what this all means is that you are no longer at the mercy of some mysterious algorithm. You now have the workflow and the controls to make this technology do exactly what you want it to. So the only question left is, what are you going to create with it?